When I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today.
And truly, this is the moment because you get to meet my new best friend, Mr. Randy, Dr. Box, Phares. And let me tell you all about him before we begin. Because first of all, I want to say to all of you, you're going to ring the victory bell for being here and being amazing. Because when you're live, you thrive. And on the replay, you get to play again. So Randy is a bio CEO and a former executive recruiter. He leads a global award-winning financial turnaround for a multinational business unit for a Fortune 1000 corporation on the Forbes Most Admired list. The U.S. and the Afghan governments asked him to help launch 4 different industries in the Afghanistan and to train their Ministry of Agriculture. Whew. And his Fearless Achiever coaching programs help people get the job they want, manage time, become more productive, and achieve a fruitful and fulfilling work-life balance. So without any further delay, let's welcome the one, the only, super talented, super handsome, the guy who walked to school uphill both ways in the snow, barefoot, the one and only Randy Phares. Welcome, Randy. How you feeling today, brother?
Great. It's always great when we can get to hang out and chat. You're such an inspiration, with all the things that you've had to overcome. I mean, to have a stuttering issue your whole life, and now you're singing on stage, you're running a podcast, you're speaking on the big stage. You're amazing, and it's just a pleasure to be here. And the triumph and resiliency that you give to your listeners is admirable.
Oh, thank you so much, Randy. And truly, for those that like I love, especially the guests on my show that really show that appreciation of it's a struggle every day, and it's okay. But the good thing is, my struggle is they're out there to help the people that I can uplift. So everyone that is here on the live, you get to thrive, and if you're on the replay, you get to play again. For those that are on Potapalooza Live, make sure you click that link so you get all the free speaker gifts as well as the upgrades for the VIP gifts. Ooh! So let's just dive right in. So Randy, tell me a little bit about what is it that you do now, and really kind of how did you get into it?
Okay, right now I'm a consultant, expert witness, and executive coach. Mm-hmm. And basically, I started, like I said, I had Tourette's growing up. So if you see my arm twitching and the left side of my face, which might be the right on your side, I'm not sure how it mirrors. Yeah. But in any case, if it's twitching, that's my Tourette's. I've had that my whole life. Yeah. And I do not have a degree. And I started out in the packaging industry as a general laborer working on the manufacturing floor. Yeah. And by the time I was 35, I was the youngest general manager in a Fortune 1000 company running a multinational business unit and challenged with saving the plant. And I actually led a top 5 turnaround in their 110-year history out of over 60 plants. Beautiful. And most of the jobs I had, you're supposed to have a degree. So the main thing is, we are what holds ourselves back. We can't let our own mentalities and the way we view the world and think of things hold us back. So
I love that. And I remember, I've been a cancer scientist for 26 years, and people think that I'm a doctor. I'm not. I'm a scientist. But it's the sum of our experiences that really uplifts everybody else around us and our teams. So for you to be able to do that, and especially at such a young age, that's fantastic. I'm going to give you the victory bell for that. So tell me a little bit more about, how did you prove to the higher ups that you had value? Because a lot of times they say, oh, you don't have an Ivy League degree. Forget it. Skip, find the next person. So how did you show them that value?
It's really pretty easy because unfortunately our education system doesn't teach people how to succeed.
Yeah.
They give them a strong base of knowledge, but they don't teach them how to be a great employee. That you have to learn on your own or figure it out. So, or you get coaches or mentors that help you is actually the best and fastest way. So I had some good mentors and coaches that have helped me along the way. And the main thing is you're basically building your resume every day. And if all you're doing is coming in and doing your job, you're not building much.
Nope.
So I would encourage you to look around, see what's wrong with your company. It doesn't even have to be in your department. If it is, it may be easier, but it doesn't really matter. Find something that's a clear, big problem for the company that could deliver good results to improve something or improve profitability. And don't just identify it, because that's what most people do. They say, oh, well, here's a problem. That doesn't help anything. What you need to do is identify the problem, identify the resources that are needed, figure out what team members you need on the team in order to make it happen, what the bottom line results are that it's going to deliver to the company, and then go in to the appropriate manager and say, hey, I've identified this big problem and here's what is needed. These are the resources I need, and I'd like to lead this effort to solve the problem. And you only have to do that a couple of times. And every time they run into a big challenge, they're going to come to you. It doesn't matter what department you work in, they're going to be coming to you.
Yeah. There's something that just seems so appropriate in alignment with this. I tell my children all the time, don't be a problem finder, become a solution finder.
Absolutely.
And I think that's all it is that, so many of us, stop at that step like, well, I found something. Well, okay, that's great. And
yeah, go fix it. Don't just find it, fix it.
Yeah. That idea of like, oh, it's not my job. No, that's not true. It's everybody's job. All you got to do is make a choice to do it. And as soon as you do, all of a sudden, everything starts to become easier. So tell me a little bit more about, as you've been growing up and developing and helping all these amazing clients of yours, do you have a success story that you can share with someone, with us? Like, and you don't have to divulge a name or a company, but, tell us, what was their challenge and how did you help them through it and what was the result?
Okay. My first coaching client, which was about 10 years ago, she came to me and she wasn't really happy in her job, and she had twin little girls, and she really wanted to be able to spend more time raising her kids and be around them while she was working. So she really wanted to work remote, but her company that she was working for was adamantly opposed to allowing employees to work remotely. And, this was way before COVID. So she approached me and asked me to coach her on that problem. So the first thing I did was help her identify how to present things to her boss. So one, it would be her boss's idea. And two, how the boss could see how valuable and how much better her department would be if she could just let my client work remotely. And to her astonishment, she got to work remotely. And then 3 months later, though, or maybe it was a little longer, she decided that she did want to step up in her career. So I coached her on how to out-interview everybody else. And she got a 40% increase, her first job change, just a few months after I started coaching her. And she still got to spend more time with her kids because she got to get a remote job and everything else. And so it's worked out fantastic. And she just keeps climbing and climbing.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love hearing those kind of success stories, especially because a lot of us, at some point in our careers, we think we hit a wall, but instead those walls are really speed bumps. We just got to get over the wall. And that's what personal growth and development does for you, is just you become larger than your problems. That's all it is. So do you have a system or a structure that you kind of help guide someone through? And how do you do that?
I do. I call it the Fearless Achiever methodology. And basically, I help people identify their dream job, figure out what they need in order to be able to get it, prepare their resume properly, help them out interview everyone else so they can get the job, and then set proper boundaries and use productivity tools to make them work as efficiently as possible and free up their time so they can be intentional, and help them set goals not only at work, but with their family, with their finances, with their, religious studies, if they're religious, with their hobbies and things, their friends and social, and building their own personal brands to help them basically take the escalator to the C-suite instead of the stairs.
Yep. Oh, I like that. The escalator to the C-suite. Ooh, not the stairs. That's beautiful. I want to quote you on that. So tell me a little bit more about, so you've been doing this for a while now. Was there a pivot point in your life, your career that kind of like made you want to shift into this?
Well, it's kind of funny. I was in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade, and I got a book sent to my house, because they had these like book clubs where they would send a book, and then if you liked it, you could subscribe to their club or whatever.
Yep.
And I was a minor. I was a junior high student, and I got a book called How to Start Your Own Business on a Shoestring and Earn Up to $100,000 a Year. And I read through that book multiple times. It taught me about the taxes, how to set up your business, how to manage the finances, how to do all of that kind of stuff. And I just had that planted in the back of my mind that someday I'm going to do that. And so while I climbed the corporate ladder all the way to CEO of a consulting and executive recruiting company, or I also, when I branched out to be starting my own companies, I already had that seed that had been growing and growing, and I'd been preparing for it on the side. And after my family would go to bed, I'd spend 2 hours every night doing something to take the next step towards that being a reality.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love that. And it's funny. I have a book over here I got to show you. I remember my last job that I had gotten a contract for at GlaxoSmithKline for over a year and a half. And I remember just before I got in the interview, I was talking about this, The Ideal Team Player by Patrick Lencioni. If you haven't read that book, fantastic book, because it goes through the 3 things that every employee needs to be more productive as a team. And guess what? If you're more productive as a team, you're going to look like the star anyway. So it's very important.
Absolutely. Never take
how
credit.
to work together.
Yeah, never take credit for your team.
Nope.
Always give them all the credit, because you automatically get credit as the leader.
Absolutely, and that's part of that philosophy. So tell me, Randy, a little bit more about. I gotta say, I've seen so many people that have been challenged trying to traverse the corporate ladder, and what's maybe 1 or 2 tips that maybe they can do so that they can scale that ladder the most effectively? Because I know a lot of people, they keep trying, they keep hitting road bumps. And so what reason is it? Maybe tell 1 or 2 tips about what they can do, and maybe there's 1 or 2 things that they shouldn't do to make sure that that their trajectory keeps going in the right direction.
Sure. The one thing that they really need, there's actually 2 main things that they really need to do. And then I'll give you some examples that'll be game changers for your audience. But the first thing is you need to out interview everybody, because the resume gets you the interview, but it's only the interview that gets you the job. Doesn't matter what's on your resume. What matters is how you can convince them that not are you a good fit for the job, are you the only fit?
The only fit, yeah.
Because if you convince them you're the only fit, they'll stop the interviewing process a lot of times right away and start negotiating an offer with you right on the spot, because it's happened to me numerous times. So the main thing is you need to have world-class interviewing skills, and most people don't know what they don't know. They think that they're good at it, but they're not.
Right.
And the other thing is that we are our worst enemy. We hold ourselves back. Our thought process holds us back. If you've ever been overworked and you've been passed up for a promotion and you thought you were the best person for the job,
Yeah.
you weren't.
Yeah.
You know why you weren't? Because a boss doesn't hire a bad candidate.
Yeah.
They hire who they think is the right fit.
Yeah.
What you think is the right fit doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's what they think. And the reason you didn't get the job when you might have been the most qualified is you didn't know what the needs were of the boss because you never asked the question. So one of the things in the interview is just it kind of plays off of that. You need to have, wear a suit always. I don't care if they say it's not required. First impression means everything.
Always.
Yes. Second, be confident but comfortable and look like you belong there. Do not have any fear. Even if you're feeling it inside, don't show it. And be comfortable in your communication. Don't rush everything. But the main thing is either before the interview starts, when you first sit down, or during your answer for the first question, you need to ask them, what are the current challenges in the position, and what does success look like in the position? And what are the things that you think are most valuable in a candidate that they can bring to the table that can be successful in the position? Now you know what they want. Now you can sell specifically to what they want, where every other candidate just guesses and they're wrong. So the other thing is I have what I call my PACE methodology. If you go buy books on interviewing, throw them in the garbage. If you're doing senior level interviews, because they're not going to work. So what you need to do is you need to understand the psychology behind the questions. And I teach my clients that. But also you use a methodology for creation of your stories, because like if you're writing a novel, they say, show, don't tell. If you tell somebody you're great, you're not. So prove it to them. You prove it to them by using my PACE methodology. You identify the P, the problem. This is how I saw a similar project or a similar problem in my previous company. Here's how I identified it. Then the assessment, A. How did I determine what the resources were that needed to be done to accomplish it? Then the correction, how I implemented it. And then the evaluation. What were the measurable returns? I improved X by Y%. I improved profitability by X dollars, revenue by X dollars. I cut overtime by 13%. You need to quantify that. And then another one I'll give you, which is a nugget that I've created, call the ultimate. It's basically the ultimate closing line. When they ask you at the end of the interview, do you have any questions for me? You can ask about the culture. They'll lie. You can ask them about other stuff, but there's only one thing you should ask them. What would I have to accomplish in the first year in this position to be the best person you've ever hired? Now you are setting yourself up by proof, by demonstration, that you don't just want to come in and do the job. You want to come in and be the best person they've ever hired, and then grab your leather notepad and start taking notes. Then my ultimate thank you letter, which you won't find anywhere else, is they tell you in every other thank you letter, you write, thanks for the interview. I'm interested in the job. I look forward to the next steps. And that's it. They say, don't put anything else in there. Well, what I put in there is, during the interview, I asked you what 3 things I would have to accomplish in the first year to be the best person you've ever hired. Because I want to provide value to you, whether you hire me or not. Here's how I would accomplish it. A, bullet point, how I would deliver. B, bullet points, how I would deliver. C, bullet points, how I would deliver. I am interested in the job and I look forward to the next steps. All all the other books on the market are wrong. Mine's better. So if you want to learn a lot of these game-changing techniques, then I've got a whole bunch of them.
Oh, that's fantastic. So make sure you grab Randy's free gift as also as part of Potapalooza. Make sure you click down below. So Randy, what is your free gift that you're sharing with the audience today?
All right. The free gift that I'm going to share with the audience is actually 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the ultimate interview checklist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the power of productivity, which gives you an introduction of some of the tools that can help you be more productive in your job so you can have more time. And then I'm going to give you a free entrance to my master class where I will teach you for an hour on how to out interview your competition.
Beautiful. Oh, that's just gold right there. Woo! And on top of that, everybody, there's also a VIP gift. So make sure that you also upgrade to the VIP to get his VIP gift. And could you share what that is?
Yes, I will. If you sign up here in the next couple of weeks after the show, then I will send you basically a huge discount to my 4-week, which is the Fearless Achiever Career Accelerator Boot Camp, which is 4 4-hour trainings, which include breakout sessions, and we work together so I can determine what you need to help you identify and get the job of your dreams, and how to get you the proper practice and give you a workbook that you can practice through to make sure that when you go into your next interview that you're at the top of your game.
Beautiful. I love it. There is that link down below. Randy, let's go into our speed round real quick because we're running a little bit tight on time now, but I just want to make sure we get to know you as a person as well. So in a few short words, tell us, what's your favorite movie or book?
Favorite books are probably The 4-Hour Workweek, Timothy Ferris.
Yeah.
Dale Carnegie, certainly. How to Win Friends and Influence People, and How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, and Rich Dad, Poor Dad are probably right there near the top of my list.
Beautiful.
Movie.
Is there a favorite quote that you have?
Favorite quote? Well, Zig Ziglar, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want.
Yes, I've heard that. That's beautiful. I love it. What about favorite kind of music?
Music, I play guitar and sing in a rock band from time to time. So my favorite music is rock, but I like rock, pop, country, some hip hop and R&B, some rap. I don't like the vulgar rap, and I don't like the old school jazz where all the instruments are stepping on each other. But if it's melodic, I probably like it.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm a singer too. I'm a classically trained opera singer. So we'll have to connect sometime and just
that'd be great.
Jam a bit. What about what is it? What is your favorite kind of food? I always find this fascinating.
Mexican food. Growing up here in the Southwest, I'm in the Phoenix area. I just can't get enough Mexican food.
Next time I'm out by Scottsdale or Phoenix, we'll have to hang out.
That would be great. I'd look forward to it.
You'll have to show me the best spots because I love Mexican food too.
You got it.
She makes the best Indian food you'll ever have, but in the Southwest, I agree with you. The like Mexican food is the best out there.
Yeah.
All right. So one last question for you. So if someone gave you a blank check, unlimited resources, what will be your grand vision to change the world?
My grand vision, which I'm going to do in my book launch, is to basically not only bring more people to Jesus, because I am a Christian, and if you're not, that's fine. I still love you anyway. But to also feed hungry children that don't have enough food. So when I do my book launch, it's going to I'm going to set up a Kickstarter. So if you buy books or services through that I'll donate to those causes.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm actually launching a nonprofit this year. This is the Invisible Disabilities Empowerment Association. Make sure that people like me or like you that have these invisible disabilities, people are not aware of. Let's shine a light on them. Let's educate them, because it's not about a finger pointing. It's about education. That's all. Once you know, you can always grow faster. So,
For sure.
all right. So, Randy, thank you so much for being here. This has been amazing. We are definitely going to connect some more in the future. And everybody else that's been on the live today, make sure you give us some likes and some thumbs up and some hearts, because you are an amazing audience. I want to thank you all for being here. And one more time, I'll give you that link down below. Make sure you grab all the complimentary gifts as well as the VIP gifts. Woo! I can't wait. So thanks, everyone. This is Coach Raja. As always, don't fake it till you make it. Instead, believe it and become it. And I'll see you all on the next show. Bye-bye.
When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end.